Joan Crawford's death in 1977 marked the end of an era for Hollywood, but it also uncovered a series of secrets and mysteries that would forever change the way the public viewed her. Born Lucille Fay-LeSueur on March 23, 1904, in San Antonio, Texas, Joan's early life was filled with hardship. Her father abandoned the family when she was young, leaving her mother to raise Joan and her older brother. By the age of 11, Joan was already working as a laundress, a child shouldering a traumatic accident at 12 left her with a lifelong fear of infection, which would eventually manifest in an obsession with cleanliness. Driven by a desire to escape poverty, Joan found solace in dance, which eventually led her to the world of film. But what the public saw, a glamorous movie star, was only part of the story. From poverty to stardom, Joan Crawford's early years. Joan Crawford's rise to stardom was nothing short of extraordinary. In the early 1920s, she found herself in Chicago and New York, performing under the stage name Billy Casson. Her striking presence and work ethic caught the attention of MGM scouts, who offered her a contract in 1925. The studio gave her a new identity, Joan Crawford. It was a fresh start that launched her into a career that would span decades and solidify her as one of Hollywood's biggest stars. In 1929, she became a star in the film Our Dancing Daughters, embodying the spirit of the Jazz Age flapper. She worked tirelessly, often pushing herself to the limit, and by the 1930s, she was one of the most bankable stars of the studio system, rivaling icons like Greta Garbo and Norma Shearer, Rivalries, Love, and Family Life. Joan Crawford's professional success was accompanied by fierce rivalries, particularly with fellow MGM stars like Norma Shearer and Greta Garbo. While Shearer enjoyed a privileged position due to her marriage to the powerful MGM executive Irving Thalberg, Joan's films often outperformed Shearer's at the box office, a testament to her resilience. Despite her popularity, Joan's personal life was a complicated mix of heartbreak and ambition. Her first marriage to Douglas Fairbanks Jr. ended in divorce after 4 years, plagued by infidelity and family tensions. Her second marriage to actor Franchot Tone was marked by passion, but also rumors of violence. Finally, in 1942, Joan married actor Philip Terry. And though the marriage was short-lived, it marked the beginning of her journey into motherhood through adoption. The price of fame. Family secrets and struggles. Unable to conceive biological children, Joan Crawford turned to adoption. She adopted Christina in 1940, followed by her son Christopher and twin girls, Kathy and Cindy. On the outside, she appeared to be the epitome of a perfect Hollywood mother. However, behind closed doors, her relationship with her children was far from ideal. By the end of the 1930s, her career took a downturn, and the pressures of fame seemed to seep into her personal life. The label of box office poison hung over her head in 1938, signaling the end of an era for many stars. But Joan refused to fade into obscurity. She reinvented herself in the 1940s, taking risks and making bold choices that revived her career. She was no longer just the glamorous star. She was a woman who fought for her place in Hollywood, but it came at a personal cost. Joan Crawford's reinvention, triumph and tragedy. Joan's determination led her to make a career-defining move in 1943. After facing a series of disappointing roles at MGM, she decided to terminate her contract with the studio, a bold decision at the age of 37. She paid $100,000 to end her contract, a move that many saw as career suicide. But within days, Joan signed a new deal with Warner Brothers for $500,000. The deal gave her the power to approve her scripts, a privilege that few actresses had. This newfound autonomy led to her iconic role in Mildred Pierce, 1945, a noir melodrama that earned her an Academy Award for Best Actress. Joan's victory was a remarkable comeback, and at 40, she was, once again, Hollywood royalty. However, as her career flourished, her personal life remained tumultuous, with her relentless drive taking a toll on her relationships and mental well-being. Later years, personal struggles, and career shifts. Joan's success in the 1940s did not shield her from the challenges that lay ahead. She starred in films like Humoresque, 1946, and Possessed, 1947, both of which earned her Oscar nominations. She became known for playing strong, obsessive women under extreme pressure, roles that mirrored her own struggles. In 1955, Joan married Alfred Steele, the CEO of Pepsi-Cola. And after his sudden death in 1959, she became heavily involved with the company, even serving on its board. But with this success came a darker side. Joan's drinking became a growing problem, with vodka becoming her drink of choice. The more she drank, the more volatile she became, and her children later recalled the emotional toll her drinking took on their family life. Joan's career, too, began to slow down, and by the 1960s, she found herself in a series of horror films that did little to restore her former glory. The final act. Joan Crawford's decline. By the mid-1970s, Joan Crawford's health had deteriorated, and her career had slowed considerably. She had become a recluse, only appearing in a few television films. Her most famous late-career project was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, 1962, which paired her with her bitter rival, Bette Davis. The film revived her career, but the behind-the-scenes tension between the two actresses grew legendary, with accusations of sabotage and cruelty. As Joan's health declined, her once dominant presence in Hollywood slowly faded, and she retired quietly in the mid-1970s. When Joan died in 1977, at the age of 73, the world expected a dignified farewell from one of Hollywood's icons. However, what followed was an estate battle that revealed far more than anyone could have anticipated. The shocking will, rejection, and controversy. Joan Crawford's will, read shortly after her death in 1977, shocked Hollywood and her fans alike. Her estate, valued at around $2 million, equivalent to over $10 million today, was divided in a way that stunned those who thought they knew her. Two of her adopted children, Kathy and Cindy, received trust funds and personal belongings, including the Oscar she won for Mildred Pierce. However, the most shocking part of the will was its exclusion of her two older children, Christina and Christopher. The will explicitly stated, "It is my intention to make no provision herein for my son Christopher or my daughter Christina for reasons which are well known to them." This public act of rejection left Christina and Christopher devastated and set off a legal battle that would drag on for years. The aftermath? Legal battles and family tensions. Christina and Christopher quickly contested the will, arguing that their mother had been mentally unfit when she signed it, citing her years of heavy drinking and erratic behavior. The legal battle was drawn out for nearly 2 years, dragging sekundatre the Crawford for Sadiner Bahafar's family, private conflicts into the public eye. Christina's memoir, Mommy Dearest, painted Joan as an abusive and controlling figure, which only fueled the controversy. The settlement in 1979 saw Christina and Christopher receive a fraction of the estate, but the bitterness lingered. Christina's book, which sold millions of copies, cemented Joan Crawford's legacy as a complex and often disturbing figure in Hollywood history. The Dark Secrets. Disturbing discoveries in Joan Crawford's home. As the dust settled from the legal battles, disturbing discoveries inside Joan Crawford's home added an unsettling layer to her legacy. Among her belongings were collections of doll heads, some neatly arranged, and others boxed away without bodies. For those familiar with Christina's allegations of Joan's obsession with control, the doll heads symbolized her attempt to manipulate and sculpt those around her, especially her children. Other discoveries included rooms sealed with heavy locks, including guest rooms and closets. Deep scratches on the inside of Christopher's bedroom door suggested that someone had been confined inside. These physical signs of control reinforced the troubling narrative that Joan's private life was as fractured and controlling as her public persona had been glamorous. The haunted legacy. Paranormal. Stories and hauntings. The unsettling discoveries continued even after Joan's death, as rumors of hauntings surrounded her former home in Brentwood, California. The mansion, once a symbol of Hollywood excess, became known for its eerie occurrences. Residents and guests reported cold spots, strange noises, and ghostly figures appearing in the house. The nursery, where Joan's adopted children once lived, became a particular focal point for paranormal investigators, who believed the house held residual energy from the turbulent relationships Joan had with her children. Stories of her ghostly presence, particularly near the staircase or her old bedroom, added an eerie layer to her already haunting legacy. Whether one believes in the paranormal or not, these tales cemented Joan Crawford's place in both Hollywood history and its darker, more mysterious corners. Joan Crawford's legacy, a complex and controversial icon. Joan Crawford's legacy is one of both triumph and tragedy. She rose from poverty to become one of Hollywood's greatest stars, but behind the glamorous image, there were deep scars and family secrets. Her shocking will, her obsessive need for control, and the disturbing discoveries within her home revealed a side of Joan that was far removed from the public persona she worked so hard to cultivate. Her story serves as a cautionary tale about the cost of fame, the complexities of family relationships, and the lingering shadows that follow even the brightest stars. Joan Crawford's life was a whirlwind of reinvention, but in death, it became a haunting reminder of the darkness behind the glamour.